Welcome back to Treasure Theory, folks. Excuse the Doffy laugh, but today is a great day because we hit 10,000 subscribers here on the channel, which is super awesome. Thank you guys so much for the love and support. This channel's only a little over a year old, so it's great to see that you guys have been enjoying the content, at least I hope so, and of course, these Market Watch videos, which, speaking of, by the way, we are going to be doing a One Piece Market Watch update, and in these types of videos, we take a look over on eBay to see what people are buying and selling so that we can get a better idea as to what we should be buying, selling, and investing in. But real quick, guys, just want to showcase my boy Luffy here. This is the OP13 SP, super gorgeous card, super awesome. We're going to start doing some showcases of cards every video now so we can actually appreciate the cards we're talking about today. And of course, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And Treasure Theory is now officially sponsored by Gamer Supps. That's right, Gamer Supps got some delicious drinks that you can get your hands on. We're talking energy drinks, caffeine drinks, noodles, great waifu merchandise, and hey, listen, don't take it from me, check it out yourself. But if you do want to see what's on Gamer Supps, guys, click the link down in the description below and use code THEORY, THRY, or you could use code PAPA, which will be both work, okay? Don't ask, just use one of them. You'll get a 10% discount off of your purchase. Gamer Supps, guys, check it out. All right, guys, without any further ado, let's see what people are buying. So, I'm not sure if I said this earlier, but the date today is July 24th, 2026. We're gonna start off here with the EBO2 Monkey D. Luffy Gear 2 manga card here, selling for $14,300 US, which is just crazy to me, okay? Like, this manga Luffy is one of the most expensive manga Luffys you can get, and one of the main reasons is because it's from EBO2. And again, we always like to emphasize that EB sets are low print. EBO1, EBO2, yes, EBO3 had its reprint, but they're still low prints, and this card is really showing its scarcity because of just how expensive it is. And look at the pop count. Only 1,135 have been submitted, and only 959 are PSA 10s. If it's under 1,000, it's definitely kind of scarce. So, crazy prices right there, but let's move on. And for the next big buy right now, we've got this Zoro Championship Treasure Cup card selling for $10,400. And when you look at the pop count, there's only 514, so it's even lower than the Luffy card. But as you know, I'm a huge fan of Treasure Cup cards. You know, you can only win them in tournaments. They're super cool. They're trophy cards, and it's nice to actually see people catch on to how rare and how cool these cards are. But absolute insane money, and this was bought at 1 minute before midnight last night, actually. So I just wanted to showcase those, but now we're actually going to look at what somebody just bought, looks like an hour ago. So starting off, we've got the Alt Art Robin here. This is a really cool card. I actually happened to pull this card from a pack. It's super great. I'm a huge fan of Robin, and this demon form is just ballin', okay? But yeah, cheaper card, $179 or $180, and the pop count is surprisingly low, which is interesting to see. But yeah, not too bad. Really nice card in person when you look at it. We've also got the monochrome looking Qzon card here, selling for best accepted offer. Selling for $144, not too bad at all. Super great card. I have the Zoro from this SP, but if you're collecting like the monochrome looking SPs and stuff, this is definitely a great one to have. Qzon's also a super cool character from the manga and the show, so definitely great. All right, so we've also got the One Piece Day 2025 card, PSA 10, of course, selling for $350 USD. Now, if you take a look at the PSA submissions, we have got 17,582 cards. Now, that's absolutely insane, but I will say, regardless of price for this card, it is super gorgeous, and it's a really nice card to have into the collection. It's got a nice gold trim around it and all that sort of stuff. It's textured. It's a really nice card. And quite frankly, if you're just looking to collect, $350 is not too bad at all. Also, considering the One Piece Day 2026 card just got announced, and that looks super epic, we've been seeing this one and the 2024 card starting to pump, so take that as you will. All right, next up, we've got the Notorious College Basketball US Voyage Luffy card selling for best accepted offer, which is $570, so he got a $10 discount. How lucky is he? And when you look at the pop count, we have got another crazy amount of these cards submitted. Obviously, you had to be at the college basketball events to purchase these. These cards were stolen. These were in the news. I don't need to repeat myself over this every time I look at it. However, some of you don't know about the lore, so feel free to look into it. But anyways, $570 USD. If you're a college basketball fan, it's great for the collection. All right, next up, we've got another One Piece Day card. We're definitely seeing an uptick in One Piece Day cards selling, which is super interesting. Again, I think it's because of the latest news. However, this is the Japanese version selling for $306. And of course, a lot of people are switching over to Japanese cards because some of them are cheaper and more affordable, but this is a super great card. This is from the 2024 One Piece Day collection here, and yeah, it's super nice. Really like it. All right, next up we have got the One Piece Magazine promo card here selling for best accepted offer, which was $325, so we got $25 off. This was bought at 10:27 this morning, and holy crap, this one is probably one of the top PSA pop count submissions we have seen here on the channel. Look at this. Almost 44,000. I just feel like every card we keep looking at, it just keeps stacking up and up. But make no mistake, guys, a lot of these promo cards, a lot of them did get scalped, let's be really honest, and a lot of the scalpers submitted them to get a higher amount of money from the scalped cards, right? But anyways, there you have it. Still a really nice card for the collection, by the way. So here's an interesting one. We have got the serialized Zoro top prize selling for best accepted offer. Let's see what it sold for. Sold for $7,300 USD. Insane amount of money. It is a serialized card at 312 out of 1,850 and very low PSA pop count. So definitely interesting to see that not a lot of them have actually been graded. However, serialized cards are goated and they're very scarce for obvious reasons. So, very interesting buy. All right, so next up, we've got the Treasure Chest Volume 1 Nami card selling for $500 USD. Very low pop count, surprisingly. It's a beautiful card. I've seen it in person, and it's got this cool little Asia One Piece stamp card, but hey, not too bad. All right, here's a great looking card. This is the Ace SP from OP13. And this, of course, belongs to the same set as the Luffy we showcased in the beginning of the video. Selling for $285 USD, which is actually not too bad. I bought this card for about $200 Canadian raw, so that's probably about like, what, 160, 170 USD, give or take. But it's a gorgeous card, and honestly, the SPs from OP13 were pretty nice. So there you have it. All right, next up, we have got the 3rd anniversary Luffy card selling for $300 USD. However, make no mistake, this is not the famous winner version of this card, which sells for a lot more. And as far as I'm aware, this isn't textured or foiled in any way either. So it is interesting to see that. However, you know, I suppose it did come from a specific kind of event, so there is kind of that quality to it. We don't have information on the amount of PSAs submitted. However, 150 people are watching this card, and there's already 8 active offers, so clearly somebody is after it. All right, so next up, we've got this gorgeous OP11 Luffy SP selling for best accepted offer. Selling for $610, so $20 off. Really nice looking card. I'm a big fan of these type of SPs. Obviously, there are lots of different types of SPs, but these really cool abstract backgrounds are really neat. They're really shiny. I'm just like a crow when it comes to these type of cards because I love just taking them out, looking at them. Maybe I'm just sick in the head. I don't know. Maybe I'm not. But anyways, super great card. The PSA pop count's a little high, 3,000, but still really nice card to have for the collection. All right, so here's an interesting one. We have got the Luffy leader card from OP05 selling for 580 Australian dollars or 561 or 69 Canadian dollars. The reason why I find this interesting is because I don't really think this Luffy card has been that insanely expensive, but I do feel like as time moves on, OP05 is going to be like the next set of grails where people are going to be just chasing those cards or submitting like super rares and secret rares and all that garbage to just to capture the vintage quality of these type of cards. But anyways, very interesting to see that there. And speaking of which, we've actually got a couple of pre-errata cards here selling for pretty interesting prices. 131 euros here. There was 10 bids. And as you see, 2022, you know what 2022 means. Very old card. And again, supposedly this is a pre-errata card, which is super interesting. And it looks like the same person was also selling a pre-errata of King as well from OP01. So really interesting stuff. And honestly, for these prices, not bad at all. Like, obviously, these characters aren't the most popular, but they're both from Wano, and honestly, King is just sick anyways. But yeah, really good prices there. Okay, we have got the Royal Blood, the famous Royal Blood Whitebeard SP, selling for best accepted offer. Selling for $425, so $75 off. Super gorgeous card. Honestly, this may be one of my favorite Whitebeard cards. I'm not even looking at the Whitebeard manga card from OP17. This is the one I wanted in the collection. And I mean, just look at the detail, the artwork going on in here. You can literally see Blackbeard right over there just cheering along back in the glory days before everything happened. And, you know, Ace, Marco. I mean, it's just fantastic. Vista. I mean, such a great card, such an iconic moment, and quite frankly, it's just beautiful. All right, so this is a strange one. I don't know who the hell is going out here buying a Saint Saturn rare card for $60 USD, but super low pop count, which is kind of hilarious. Are people just submitting these because they just want to say, oh, I'm the first to submit this and get a PSA 10, even though it's a trash card? Interesting play. Interesting play. And speaking of which, we've got a super rare boa from PRBL 1 selling for $75 USD. So I don't know. Some people seem to think that this is like a new play. Some are selling, obviously not for crazy prices, but tread carefully, folks, okay? All right, moving on. We have got the Manga Mihawk PSA 10 selling for best accepted offer. Let's see here. And it sold for $880, and it sold for 880 British pounds. We did suspect that this card was going to come down a little bit. This has been the time to buy this card, if you ask me. Whether or not the market continues to go up or maybe it stagnates for a bit, I do feel like seeing this card as a PSA 10 and I've seen this card sell for about $1,400 Canadian, so that's probably $1150 USD for PSA 10 on some marketplaces. It's definitely been interesting to see. So if you like Mihawk, it's a great buy. And remember, if they make a second Mihawk manga card, this was the first. And also remember, there's 3 Shanks manga cards now, so. Okay, and just getting through a couple more cards here. We've got the iconic OP13 Alt-Art Luffy card selling for best accepted offer. It's not popping up, but let's just assume it's below $350, okay? And of course, Vegapunk the GOAT selling for best accept. Oh God, having to do this every time. All right, here, come on. And this sold for 100 British pounds. Really nice card if you're a big fan of the Egg head arc, and it's got all the characters there, which is super neat. And of course, we got Burger Luffy selling for $248 USD. Do we got another one here? Yes, we do, guys. We got the iconic first anniversary Zoro selling for $1,700 USD, which is insane to me. And last but not least, we have got the pre-errata Ace from OP13 selling for 500 British pounds. All right, guys, I hope you did enjoy this video. And speaking of pounds, don't forget to pound the like button. God, that sounded so stupid and weird. Or the subscribe button, or both. Why not? A video should pop on the screen. Be sure to click it, and I will see you over there.